effective and efficient, not as many strikeouts, but what did you notice about his outing today?
I think it was probably one of the best one he's thrown this year for us. The efficiency, getting ahead of guys, using his entire mix, a lot of soft contact, and there was some humidity out there, but he was unfazed, and I could have pushed him a little bit more, but I felt 7 innings shutout was plenty. But like I said, I think it was one of his better starts of the year.
And the team did exactly as you had mentioned earlier, making adjustments offensively in game, reading the pitches. How did you see them string together hits in the fifth and the sixth, and what really was what stood out in those moments?
I just think that this is a guy that we really hadn't seen before, and so just the first time through, collecting information, seeing how the ball's coming out, seeing what the slider's doing, the fastball. He froze some guys on a comeback sinker to the lefties. But just kind of really taking good at bats. I think Walker's at bat was a big one. I think he was 8-9 pitches to get a base hit, threw out another knock later, just kind of reset guys. And obviously the CT homer was big as well.
And with the Hayes home run that was then overturned, was that something Chris Taylor mentioned Austin saw it? How quickly is that then communicated to you all? And did you see it in the moment as well?
I saw him reach for the bag, but I was kind of more towards home plate, so I couldn't really tell. But Austin and Clayton were more down at the end of the dugout, so they had a better vantage point. So those guys, Austin in particular, get credit for getting Chad Chop, the replay guy, on that one. So that was a big play. I think that allowed Walker to settle into that game and have an efficient first.
Thanks, Dave.
Yep.
Next question is Mike Castillo.
Dave, when you hear that from Austin and Clayton, are you thinking, are you serious? That can't be true.
No, not at all. I think the thing with our guys is they watch the game. They use their eyes, and it's good when you have not only talented players, but smart players and guys that watch the baseball game. So it's a credit to those guys that they're watching the game and little things like that. So not surprised, but it was a big play, a big catch by Barmsey.
How did Muncy look?
I thought it looked good. I thought that he put the governor on as far as running down the baseline, one of those 4-3s. But I thought he swung the bat well and hasn't missed a beat. So just to get him back in there, his presence was really good for us.
He still won't be in there tomorrow?
Yeah, he'll be down tomorrow, and then we'll get him back in there on Thursday.
And then with Buehler's, with the strikeouts, does it matter if he's not missing bats? Is that something that is alarming in any way, or is it just kind of just one night that it happened?
We're more concerned about getting outs, and like I said, I thought this was one of his better outings of the year. He used his entire mix as well as he has all year long, and the bottom line, the goal is to get as many outs as you can and be efficient by doing it as a starter, and that's what he did.
Thank you.
Yep.
Next question from Walker Buehler. Go ahead.
Hey Dave, just kind of going back to that Hayes play. Can you remember ever seeing a play similar to that one, where you kind of?
I think I've heard of it, never seen it live. He's a good young player, and I don't think that'll happen again to him. And he's probably going to get a phone call from his father.
And with Walker, how impressive is it just that he's able to go 6 and 7, every start of the season so far?
It's really impressive, not surprising, and not every start you're going to have your best stuff. But for a guy to go out there and give us at least 6, is what you said, every time he takes a baseball, is huge, not only for him and his confidence, but also kind of spelling the pen.
Next question is from Bill Plunkett. Go ahead.
Yeah, Dave, you hit the 60-game mark tonight with 8 fewer wins than a year ago. Where do you feel, or how do you feel about where the team stands this year versus last year? And is there any point in comparing the two?
I don't think there's any point in comparing the two. Last year was a 60-game season. This year is 162. I think where we're at right now, obviously we'd like to be leading the standings. We're not. Like I said earlier, our best baseball, in my opinion, is yet to come. And So yeah, we're fortunate that it's 162, but we knew that going into the season. So just got to continue to get better each night.
I won't use the phrase sense of urgency, but is there a different feeling about the season from the start to now because there's 162?
Absolutely. And every game is important. We try to win every single baseball game, but the truth is it's a longer season, and to play every game like it's game 7, or I think last year every game meant 2.5 or whatever the number. It's not the case this year. So we're still trying to play to win. But again, it's not 60 games.
Thank you, Dave.
Last one from Aaron Steven, go ahead.
Dave, I know you brought up, you asked about Clevenger pregame. I was just wondering, Scott Alexander, he was sort of on a similar track with him. What's up with him?
So, Scotty, I think that he's coming, feeling better. I just don't expect Scott back till end of June, first couple days of July.